Imagine the roar of the crowd, the splash of oars, the glory of the Olympics. Now imagine all of that taking place in a river teeming with apex predators, crocodiles. Sounds like a bad B movie. It's not. This could be the reality of the Olympic rowing events right here on Queensland's Fitzroy River. And it's a decision that's not just irresponsible, it's downright dangerous. For locals here in Rockhampton, the Fitzroy River is part of life. And yes, people row on it. But there's a critical difference. Those who regularly use this river understand the inherent risks. They've grown up with the knowledge that this is crocodile country. They've learned to be vigilant, to respect the environment, and to mitigate those risks as best they can. But what about an Olympian flying in from Europe, or North America, or anywhere else across the globe? Someone who's spent their entire life training on pristine, predator-free waterways. They won't have ingrained understanding, that innate sense of caution that comes from living alongside these powerful creatures. They'll be focused on their race, on their performance, on achieving their lifelong dream, not constantly scanning the water for a lurking danger they barely comprehend. Now here's where it gets even more concerning. To ensure safety, it's highly likely there will be a significant crocodile cull prior to the Olympics. The idea is to remove the large, established crocs that locals know. Sounds sensible, right? Wrong. This is a classic case of short-sightedness thinking that could have devastating long-term consequences. When you remove dominant territorial crocodiles, you don't make the river safer. You create a power vacuum. This opens up a territory to younger, often more aggressive juvenile crocodiles, who will quickly move in to claim their new home. These younger crocs are not only less predictable, but they're also fiercely territorial, and often more inclined to investigate new potential food sources, like, say, a rowing shell. On the contrary, the existing larger crocodiles in the Fitzroy are known. Locals understand their patterns, their preferred basking spots, and their general temperament. There's a delicate, respectful balance. Take that away, and even after the Olympics are long gone, rowing on the Fitzroy becomes exponentially more dangerous for everyone. We're talking about a complete disruption of natural order for a few weeks of sport. And here's the kicker. This plan goes directly against the Queensland government's own rules and guidelines around navigating crocodile territory. They advocate for being croc-wise, staying alert, and understanding the risks. Yet, they are proposing to bring hundreds of international athletes, sports staff, and spectators into an environment that they themselves deem high risk. The irony is astounding. On one hand, they tell us to be vigilant and cautious. On the other, they're inviting the world to participate in a high-intensity sport in the heart of that very danger. It's a blatant disregard for their own safety protocols and a profound underestimation of the power and unpredictability of these incredible animals. But the issues with the Fitzroy River don't stop at crocodiles. Even if you somehow magically removed every single crocodile, this river still presents a mountain of problems for an Olympic event. We're talking about fundamental challenges to fair competition, athlete safety, and sheer logistical feasibility. First up, it's actually about unfair racing conditions. World Rowing, the sport's global governing body, demands still water courses for a reason. Natural rivers like the Fitzroy have currents. This means athletes in different lanes could get an unfair push or pull. It makes the race more about luck than skill. The integrity of the Olympic competition would be severely compromised. And then you have to think about the sheer infrastructure and logistical challenges. Rockhampton is a regional city in Australia. To host an Olympics, you'd need massive upgrades, accommodation for thousands, vastly improved transportation, an Olympic standard course built from scratch, media centres, and an athlete village to start. The scale of development and the associated costs are staggering for a 10-career event. All this development also brings environmental impact. Dredging the river, construction venues, these actions can disrupt crucial ecosystems, impact fish breeding, and degrade riverbanks. Not only the crocodiles are affected, but everything around them is out of balance. The Fitzroy is vital to the local environment, and we must consider a long-term harm for such a short-term spectacle. And as we all know, when there's an imbalance with crocodile territory, more attacks are led on from it. The Olympics are a spectacular event, and Queensland is a beautiful place, but we need to make smart, responsible decisions. Sacrificing the safety of athletes, undermining fair competition, and disrupting delicate ecosystems for the sake of convenience is simply not acceptable. We need to demand better. We need to ask why common sense is being ignored. Let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Do you think Olympic rowing belongs in the Fitzroy River? Don't forget to like the video, share, and subscribe for more discussions on these issues. Peak fishermen times are dawn or late in the evening. This is the best time to find fish, but also it's the most active time to find crocodiles. I can't do it justice by just showing you the daytime. I have to show you the reality these people face on a daily basis. Our first stop was at the boat ramp right where fishermen dock their boats. And as you can see at the beginning, there's a large salty right at the edge of the water. So we went over to check them out and see what the fishermen deal with on a daily basis. We went to a second boat ramp shortly after this, and we found a second large salty as well, right on the boat ramp edge again, and again, and again. Every single boat ramp we went to, or boat adjacent area, had a saltwater crocodile. This is life living on the water in Borneo.